Effective advocacy involves a victim-centered approach that focuses on safety and empowerment. In this segment, older victims and advocates describe ways to support victims and strategies to encourage survivor participation.
One thing I want to make a comment about that I think we have to be careful of if you're in a caregiving situation. When I had the restraining order put on, and they felt that that's as far as they had to go. The people in the organization said, well, she looks strong. She doesn't look like she needs any follow-up on this. Little did they know, I was falling apart. And they did, thank God, refer me to Human Options. Had they not, I don't know where I would be today. Because I give the impression of, oh, well, everything will just fall off my back, And it's not true. So, I don't know where I would have gone if they hadn't directed me to Human Options. Not directed me. I changed that statement. Human Options had to call me because I probably would not have called them.
I get a direct referral from APS when the case opens, or a direct referral from the DA when he files charges, and I go out within a week to see the client. And they all tell them, a social worker from Human Options will be coming out to see you. She works specially with people who are victims of abuse.
It was through APS. They were meeting me in a parking lot of a restaurant. And I met with her 2 or 3 times, and she said, I'm going to bring someone with me next time. Is it all right? And I said yes. And I sat there. I know the first times I talked with Carol, I think I wrung my hands enough to have taken the skin off of them. But we met in the parking lot for quite a few months because she wouldn't come to the house as long as David was there. And then we moved over to my church. The pastor gave us the library, and we met there quite a while. And I had a terrible time making decisions. It was, Carol would say, you have to do it. And that's true, you do, but you need somebody there to kind of put that you can do it and think positive for you, because you're a basket case. And as being a senior, I think that's different too, because when you're younger, you have a little more fight in you. When you're a senior, you're fearful, because you really don't know what tomorrow is going to hold. And it really helps to have a backup support.
Mostly when I go in the first time, I usually say, this must be really rough because your son, daughter, husband, are no longer in the home. Can we talk about that? How do you feel? What do you need? So we started out as a friendship type in the beginning, so they have someone to count on. Once they feel they can count on you, then they start opening up, and then we start finding out what their needs are.
I think you have to have people around you that know the same thing that you're going through, because people don't understand. And I know Lova and we were talking and saying that it would be nice if a social worker came with the police, because when the police take your son and they handcuff him and take him out of the house, there's nobody there for you to put their arm around you and say, it's going to be all right, what can I do for you? And you're left kind of in an empty situation.
We provide the counseling, the legal advocacy. It's real easy for an APS worker to say, we'll get a restraining order. But it isn't easy for the person to go get one. They need to be educated. They need to understand, and they have to deal with their feelings of guilt about getting the restraining order, getting their kids kicked out of their house. So we deal with that. So we come in as close to the beginning of the case as possible to help smooth that down the road. Hopefully within 30 days, APS can close their case, and hopefully within a year we'll close ours.
Once we receive a referral, we make the initial phone call. If it's safe to call the home, and if safe, we meet in the home. If not, we find a way maybe to take them to coffee, wherever we can meet them safely. After we have the one-on-one, we usually ask the client, how can we help you? What is it you would like to do? We do not give advice, this is what you need to do.
I realized that we needed to have a group that just focused on older women and their issues, because they're different from younger women. And one of the things I insisted on is that we would have some kind of reimbursement for the transportation. And they said, well, how come other people, they pay their own transportation and sometimes they have to pay to go? And I said, no, if a woman is being abused, why should she have to pay for to get some help? So since then, we've always said they've always been able to get some money for us so that we could pay the women coming, or if they were, say, be bringing somebody else, picking up somebody else, that we could reimburse them. And I wanted to be in places where they had other older people coming in and out so that it didn't look unusual to have somebody older coming in and out.
And it's vitally important to just know that you've got someone that's right there behind you too, and it's going to give you strength and help when you fall down.